Hello, hello, hello. All right, I'm trying to give props properly. Welcome back to another live stream, another episode of Babes and Mofo Boundaries. I took down my braids. I don't even know if y'all know I even had braids. But let me go ahead and start with the introduction. Welcome back to Babes and Boundaries, aka Delightful_Dawn. Don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms. It is Delightful_Dawn, which you can see right here. On Instagram, TikTok, as well as I think I'm on Snapchat here and there. Not too often. But yes, it's been a minute. I think the last time I came on here, like to get like a little background, was my birthday, and I completely crashed out. So I took it down from YouTube because I'm like, that's not the representation that Dawn wants. And that's where we're almost like, we're not a month away from like that live, but we're a good minute away. Okay, so let's check the chat, see who's in here. If anyone, oh, it's my boo. It's my boo. Zon. Life with Marlene, y'all. This is the love of my life on YouTube. I'm not gonna say it's all because you know Dawn's still waiting. This is the love of the life. And Marlene and I have been connected here on YouTube for would I say 6 years, Marlene? 6? I would say 6. I'll say 5 or 6 years. Let me get my lips right. And I didn't even send it to Marlene. I had sent you a message on Instagram because I was like, where in the heck is Marlene? And it's not that, I know Marlene has been in these YouTube streets, but I was like, dang, I need to check in on her because I just haven't really been on YouTube at all. Like, I don't even get on YouTube to watch nothing. But I was on Instagram and I crashed out for real on here last time I was here, and I was like, I'm not looking at Instagram no more. I'm in YouTube. So I was like, I texted you, I texted Alicia today, and I was like, hey, how are y'all? Because y'all was really on my heart, and it was not like I wanted to check in, to be nosy, but just to check in, say, hey. She says, drop that link, boo. Marlene, you come from me. Oh, okay. She says 6 years. So 6 years Marlene and I have been connected here. She says she got a new Instagram. So I need to find you on Instagram. Hold on. Well, I'm gonna say hold on because I'm trying to get to the reason why we're here on this live today, because it's a lot. I want to do some little life updates, and then I do want to talk to Marlene or whoever wants to come up, because I feel like I'm in a very much a different vibe than I was 3 to 4 weeks ago, then a year ago, a year and a half ago, 3 years ago, because what? She said someone hacked her page. Oh no, they didn't. They better not respond to me because they get cursed out playing. But yes, I'm gonna get Marlene. Marlene, I'm Delightful_Dawn, as you can see on the screen. I'm gonna get to you in just a second. Hold on, y'all. I have my stuff all written down. I'll try to have some type of something going on over here. I've been going through a lot. Low key, this is the best that her could do. I could do a lot. I probably need to wash the wig. But how do I look? I don't look naked or nothing like that, so that's a good thing. I feel like I've lost a little. I'm gonna get into that. So let me get into a background, and then we're gonna get to the nitty gritty, and then get into the whole point of me, coming on here on this beautiful 4th of July. Why I came on YouTube out of the months. I think it's been 4 or 5 months since I've literally been on YouTube. I've been constantly on TikToking it away. So if anyone is not on there, TikTok has been popping for me. It is Delightful_Dawn1, and that's where I've been putting a lot what's been happening and how I've been processing it. But I feel like now I'm confidently in a good space. Hey Whitney, she says, how are you, and happy Friday, happy 4th of July, happy 4th of July, boo-boo. Everyone's saying hey. But yes, taking back your power, taking back my power in 2025. I may be a little late. I don't try to see my dog, but I'm taking back my power. I'm resetting everything. And then what made me want to go live? As y'all know, I'm supposed to do these particular lives on Fridays. Every Friday, that was what I had committed to you guys probably like 7-8 months ago. And okay, I'll get a link, but I'm not ready to bring you up, okay? I'm putting out the link. I'm just not ready to bring you up yet. Where is it at? She getting a little spicy. I gotta make sure this is even still her, the way she acting. Marley, like, look her, stop. Because if I see you down, it's gonna throw me off. But here's the link. She said, okay. All right, there's the link so I don't forget. So over the course of 3 years, I had went through 3 major changes. The household in which everything that I had as foundation, that completely dismantled. I had to deal with a family member having a complete mental breakdown. I had to deal with me mentally not being stable with trying to assist and adhere to that breakdown. Also was kicked out of my household, which I moved here in Texas, had to move into this apartment. I didn't talk to my sibling, the particular sibling that lived here for almost like maybe 8 months-ish, just because like mentally I couldn't deal with it. I mean, she knows, and she probably hear it or like listening to it back later, but we've talked about it. Then after that, I had went through a very traumatic situation with a man. And then after that, I was very much had an addiction to alcohol, which I'm not gonna say I was alcoholic, but alcoholism was like very much taking over my life at one point, because that's how I coped with dealing with so much pain and change. And then I met someone, I'm like, oh my gosh, this don't have to work because I'm just tired of dealing with, particulars. And I met a guy last year, which that had mentally drained me because I had tried so hard. That's why I wasn't consistent on here, so hard to try to be perfect or to like make myself perfect for him. Changed a lot about myself. Like I stopped wearing makeup. He didn't like makeup. He didn't like lashes. It was all these things that he didn't like that he felt like I didn't need. And eventually I just felt like I was making these changes and I was trying to figure out what's wrong with me. And, basically begging for love and attention from an individual that did not like me nor wanted me. But I had provided certain things for this person, probably why they kept me around or, just entertained me for the year and a half that they did for. So then after that, a traumatic situation happened last month where I was just like, this is too much. I have already been in such a dark wormhole for like over 3 years and over the year and a half of being with this individual. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is like the breaking point of Dawn being feeling like I was being misused and abused. And a lot of that has to do with me, how I'm allowing people to deal with me and then how I'm dealing with people. And the self-respect that I have for myself. And I know as a woman of morals and respect, I felt like God had already been telling like, hey, get back on track. It's time for you to take back your power, because at this point, people think they can play with you. So then it brings me to this quote. Your purpose is not something that you find, it's something that you create moment by moment. And so as time has progressed, something I've always said in general has been take every moment at a time. Like some people just take it one day at a time, you figure it out one day at a time. I believe in taking one moment at a time, because when life happens, whether it's death, whether it's a dismantlement of a relationship, whether it's something that's traumatic, it's literally every moment that you're kind of like trying to take back your power or get some type of normalcy from a situation. And so that's what pretty much brought me here today. I'm like, it's a Friday. We haven't been on here in a while. The last time we was on here, I was acting a fool. And now God has, he's, how, Maxine Waters says, reclaiming my time. I am reclaiming my time. I'm trying. I am, because I'm not going to say I'm trying. I am going to be more consistent on the platforms, especially the ones that brought me to the internet world. So I'm not going to be on TikTok. I'm trying to make sure I'm here on YouTube as well. I have started a health journey, which I'm officially down, I would say 16 pounds. It said I was down 20, but I feel like I need to stop checking my weight every day. I have been strictly walking, working out, eating healthy, not eating after a certain time, drinking my little kombucha, my little protein shake. I feel very good. I feel like even though this has been like the worst period of my life, I also feel like it's one of the best ones because sometimes God has to literally break the walls in order for you to see the true foundation that you have as an individual. And that's where I'm at. So now we have Miss Marlene, aka Life with Marlene, because she has so many channels. I don't know. She gonna tell you which one she gonna talk about when she get up here. But we gonna have Marlene come up. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Oh, I can't hear you. Dang it. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
My music is too loud. No one didn't say it was not loud. All right, that's better. Hey, girl. Oh, I like the picture. Very regal.
It's the AI Marlene.
I've never had an AI Dawn.
Girl, you need to get with girl. Hey, my AI be doing her thing. My AI is my alter ego.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I literally feel like I have made an AI for almost every other thing in my life, but not myself. Like I've made like the cartoon. Have you seen like the cartoon trend where they have like people putting out the coffee? I've done that. I've made like thumbnails, but never like a picture of myself. So I'm gonna have to try that. Like get online one day and do it.
I'm gonna warn you, it's very habit for me.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you gonna when you start it, you're
not
be
gonna
down.
Stop.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, then you're gonna start to say, oh, I need different outfits. Yeah, it gets, yeah.
I see. I don't know. I feel like I'm like a little AI already. No. No, but yeah, I'm gonna try it out. What app do you use? Do you use ChatGPT or another one?
No, I get mine done. I have somebody here on YouTube who makes mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
How many do you have?
I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy to do that. So.
I'm about to make mine. I want all of mine to see and edit.
Well, when you start making them real good, you can start making me some.
She's like, look her Dawn. That's where we go. Learn how to use the AI tools because as y'all know, as for trade in my professional world, I am in the marketing industry.
Oh.
Not digital marketing, but marketing nevertheless.
Don't get me because I will text you in a minute, ma'am.
Yeah, I do marketing for a financial institution, but pretty much it's like business development stuff like that. So that's what I do for my 9 to 5, and then I'm with the shenanigans online after those hours. But that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to be with the shenanigans.
Miss Dawn, I'm with the shenanigans even at work. So
God can't. It's too many of them that my dumb self and told everybody and their mom. You know how back in the day you like follow me. So I feel like now YouTube and all of these platforms, it'll pop up on people's phones regardless if they have your phone number. So a lot of people do follow me on social media, and even though I don't feel like someone will say something, I feel like someone will say something, and then now they make us sign these waivers for social media. So it does limit how I can't live stream at work, but I can probably make some type of content and then post it, but I cannot technically live stream on the company side. Because I used to be live all the time, Marlene, in the car, sitting at the desk. I would mute it.
I'm not going to confirm or deny anything.
Thank you. Allegedly, the lifestyle that I used to have was very much, fickle. But yeah. But now I know better. I'm older. I'm 30, but I'm 30 plus. I'm not gonna say the age.
Oh, ma'am, you're a baby, ma'am.
I'm old. It may not be old to you, but you remember how it was being 34, and you was just like, oh my gosh, like all of these things.
When
like
I turned
you have
30, I had a meltdown. I cried all day.
When you turned 30,
it was horrible. I was like, oh my God, I'm officially out of my 20s. Yeah, I didn't handle it well. Nope.
Oh, I handled it with grace.
Well, I'm happy for you.
I thought I was the cutest little thing when I was there. I had cut off all my hair. I had went back home. I had like a big dinner. I had lost a lot of weight. I was very much in my. I'm like, now I'm about to be grown because I don't know if you. Well, I guess we do talk. Like people know on YouTube. I was very much. I'm a late bloomer in a lot of like the life. I didn't drink for like I was like 27 years. It's like I was not a drinker. I didn't go out partying. That was not my thing. Okay, me and the Lord was number one. Which I'm not gonna say just because I didn't do all these things, I didn't feel fulfilled. I feel like I lived life. But when I had got like 31-esque and I was starting to be outside, I was like, oh, it's about to be on it. Pop it. That's just the problem. Sometimes we think we too grown.
Yeah.
In trouble, so that's what happened. And that's when I went MIA off of YouTube. I was just kind of like, oh y'all, it's just a lot going on. You're like, what in the world the heck is going on? But what's going on with you, Marlene? I haven't talked to you in like a years. Because you said Marlene, you never say drop the link. So I'm like, what is happening? I need to know.
Yes, ma'am.
Or either you have questions for me. Marlene is like an interviewer and she's super cozy. But and she know all the good questions to ask. She don't ask like, you kind of remind me. Do you watch Breakfast Club?
Yes.
Lauren LaRosa. You give Lauren LaRosa vibe. Lauren LaRosa be asking the question. You be like, what made her ask that? Was she really researching? Because Just Hilarious is based like the comedic type of really. Charlamagne is a jokester. Like they ask very much surface level questions or what's trending. Lauren LaRosa asks questions. So it's very much journalists. They get very much, Breakfast was one of my favorite shows to listen to. But yes, I'll say all of that to compliment you to say you are, truly the web interviewer or journalist of, this land.
One thing that people don't know is I started off when I was in college. I thought I wanted to be a journalist. So I started off with my classes. Oh yes, I said I'm about to be on TV, like, because I thought that's what I wanted until, I could talk about it. Because the politics for being in the media, it was not for me. Because they have a say on everything, how you look, how you wear your hair, and that was not for me.
Your weight, all of that?
Mm-hmm. They will fire you if you gain too much weight. So
I believe you.
I was like, that was not for me, and I was already at a space in my life where I was already going through too much. I was like, I don't need this stress.
Like this is a negative. Y'all don't pay me enough. That's good that you kind of knew early on that wasn't the realm for you versus spending so much time in there and then having to leave. But you can always sit and start over. So
yeah, but I think since that time a lot has changed since like the early 2000s. So it may not be that way anymore, but when I was about to get into it, that's how it was. And I didn't care for that because I feel like people should be able to be real. Like, why do you have to be a certain? And the thing about it, for me, how I saw it, was that there was one standard for women and one standard for men.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guy could be on there. He could have a pot belly. He could be,
crusty hairline.
Crusty. He wasn't even have no lotion on his face, nothing. But they required the women to always have their nails done, their hair must be done, all this stuff, and
that reminds me of church.
And keep their waistline very slim. But a guy could slack and do whatever he wanted, and nobody said anything about him because he's a man.
Girls, I feel like that's still I feel like in society now to a certain degree, that's how it still is. Like, you have to look a certain way. You have to present yourself a certain way when you are a woman, and especially a woman of color. Like, I feel like that's what was embedded in us. Like, you don't go outside looking crazy. You can't have no off day type of thing.
And that was just the time where I had just went natural. That was 2000. I had just newly cut. I was like I was in like my free Africa phase. I could look back at my pictures and I knew I was in my free Africa space. because all my clothes was like captains and
Okay, coming to America. She's giving the vibes. Marlene? Yeah, I think the mic had muted or you went out.
Where did it go?
Okay, I think that
Can you hear me?
you're in and out. You kind of
Okay, because I had just got a phone call, so that's
oh,
why.
because you was talking. I said captain's stage, and I said coming to America, and then it went mute.
Yeah. So that's where I was in my life. Like, because you can't help it when you're in a space of being empowered. You can't go backwards. I was like, no. I was like, I just got free with my hair and my mind and things. And then they're talking about you have to have your hair and your nails done. I was like, but what if I don't want to? What if I want to put my hair in an afro puff today? I was like, no, this ain't gonna work.
That's right. I
Yeah.
remember my first. I went natural at a HBCU, the school that I graduated from, and that wasn't something that was technically accepted at a HBCU. It started off with one
Say
of the girls,
what?
one of the girls had cut her hair on campus. You know, it started like a trend. Like the natural phase was like really big. It came back again. I say 2011. Remember, everybody started cutting their hair again on YouTube, and they had like the trending videos. And one of the girls at our school, they cut it. Then another sister cut it. My friend had cut her hair, and then I had cut my hair. And I was just like, we about to empower each other. And it was just not accepted by administration, especially people who held political roles at the school. So if you was part of student government associations or in part of a role where like if you were like the Miss so-and-so of the school, it wasn't like, no, you can't do it, but it was like, so you're just gonna wear your hair nappy. And Black people like your people would be the biggest critics. And I remember one of the girls before she left, she had cut her hair off, and she told me, I don't know if they said it, the lady had compared her hair to your womanly part, you know. And she came in the room crying and talking to me and the lady who was over like the dorm, and she was like, I just can't believe they said that they want me to change my hair. And we was like, you know, at the end of the day, they can't make you do anything. But they were shaming her for how her hair was. And she was like a person who had natural hair, who was truly like, it was at the point where natural was really new. Like it was like just coming back. So her hair wasn't the cutest, like as far as like presentation. Like we were still learning how to do our hair. And her hair texture just wasn't like what they would want if you're going to be natural to be. So
what they want you to be natural, but for it to look like a texturizer.
Yes. So I believe that she did keep her hair natural. I think her mom was a really big advocate for her, because then she came up there and went off on them, was just like, y'all not gonna disrespect, this is my daughter's dream. She's missed this university and y'all not gonna make her feel less than. So they really advocated for her as far as that part. But then after that, they had another girl who came in there natural, who her was coilier than hers, but I really felt like it was like pretty privilege. So another person who was natural after her, she was pretty. Like, now I'm not saying the other girl wasn't pretty, but she was just like overwhelmingly pretty. You haven't met somebody who's just like, they're just really gorgeous. And I felt like if she would have looked like that, then it would have been more acceptable. But I'm just like, girl, do what you want to do. Now she has her doctorate degree. She travels internationally. She has her own organization. She hasn't worked for anyone in over 10 plus years. She advocates for HBCUs across the nation. And I mean, she's doing well with her life. I'm not gonna say no one else isn't doing well, but I just like sometimes those are those moments that give you like grit, like when you have to deal with those situations, especially being a young adult. Because like she wasn't like older, like we were young, we were in college, very much. As much as they said, oh, your mind is formed in middle school and high school, going into where you're on your own and having to navigate situations as an adult, but you're not an adult. Because when we were in college, you were given like a certain limit of being an adult. We was in a dorm, we had rules, there were still regulations. They could easily kick you out for something. So I feel like they use that as a source of like power. Like we could do this, like you couldn't, as a person who, because I was in office, I was a vice president of the Student Government Association for like our school. And it was certain, I was told, even certain stuff to this day, I was told that I won't do. Like, I won't go outside with a bonnet on. I won't, like, it's certain ways I would talk, like, around certain settings, because we were just coached. Like, this is how you present yourself. This is how, when you come in a room, you are a representation of the college. And this is how you navigate certain situations. You don't do X, Y, and Z. We don't drink in certain areas. I don't care. They didn't care how old you were. They didn't care if they drunk, like our advisors. We weren't allowed to drink out in public. Like, you're not going to be out here acting a fool. I don't care if you are 21. Like, this, you are here. This is being paid by the school. So these are the rules and the regulations. So it's just like when I'm at a conference, I go whatever the conference is, because all my conferences as an adult, they've always been paid by these organizations. And I'm like, do we have any rules? And they was like, as long as you don't act a fool. Because they kicked somebody out for acting a fool. He got real drunk and got aggressive with a lady, and he decided to dismiss himself because he said, y'all not gonna label me as all of these things. Because I mean when you in certain, especially conferences, people look at you, and when my idea is, this is what I was always taught, when you least expect someone is looking at you, they're looking at you. So you're always being watched, and you're always maybe having the first impressions for individuals, even if you don't know it. So even as a child, I knew that, I try to give very good first impressions, even when it's like the worst moment for me, because I know that the first impression is really big on people. And I try not to be fake, but I've been having times I'm like, I don't play dealing with people. But I know to stay clear, like, get a job. If you have a job, people can't, hold it against you. Girl, I was over here doing work. I wasn't worried about doing this. And my friends always would say, you will invite me to an event and we won't see you. And you keep telling us, we'll have someone to talk to. I say, I'm a busy gal. When I go to these work events, I started off just going just to participate, but then it got to a point to where I wanted to be a part of how it was ran. I wanted to know how they ran things. I wanted to know who was important as far as like people moving their careers. I want to know people's journeys, because it gives me inspiration to continue and to grow into a larger role to speak. But I'm overpowering the conversation. I'm sorry, Marlene.
No, you're not. I'm listening to everything.
I just be talking, you know what I mean? Unless you cut me off on this. Yeah, I love live. And I believe that I am one of, in our groups, I think I have personality. And I remember being on live where I was just like, this is too boring. But there's certain people that I just love to watch on live. And even now I'm on TikTok, people just sit there and don't do nothing. Just do this.
I honestly, now that you're talking about TikTok, people have been saying I should do a TikTok because of all my different channels, but I don't know. I feel like I'm too old to be on TikTok.
You're not. We're gonna debunk them because it's people on there that they call grannies, or like they like granny, like the grandma or the auntie of TikTok. These are people who are like, what's this fine man on there? Oh, he like 70, but y'all, he is fine. He has a son on there who does dances, but he does dances, so I feel like he's like a finer, older man. But I feel like TikTok is like YouTube. You have TikTok literally is to me like a condensed version of YouTube. It's almost scarier because it's people always say, what TikTok are you on? And you're like, what does that mean? It's like, which TikTok are you on? Because of the algorithm, a person who constantly look at political stuff or constantly look at, stuff that may be more faith driven, I may never see none of that at all on my TikTok. Or if it's like a certain person that's popular, I may never see it. I'm like, what TikTok are you going on? The food TikTok? Because literally once the algorithm sees that, that's the stuff that it shows you unless you follow these people. So my friend was telling me, hey, it's someone on there that's been doing like these workout stuff, because I told her I've been trying I was trying to do workouts here at the house, like whenever I can't get to the gym. And she said, oh, she's real popular. And I'm like, I said, what TikTok is that? Because I've never seen it. Because sometimes, on YouTube, it will push you stuff that may not necessarily be related all the time. But TikTok is like its own little lane. And you thought bots was crazy on YouTube? The bots be crazy on TikTok. I go live. I went live on there every day last week for a week. And I got the most craziest requests of people wanting me to pop my knuckles, people wanting me to put my fist in my mouth, people talking about me being an African American and a lover of crazy stuff. And so, of course, they have it where you can do the settings so certain stuff can like be shadowed, but you definitely need mods over there. And it was I have like 3 or 4 mods where they like they can delete them or mute them out or block them because sometimes when the messages come up so quick, I almost read one of the crazy messages like, what did he just ask me?
And almost you gonna have to teach me because I do have a TikTok, but I haven't uploaded in a long time.
Girl, get on with it. I'm gonna start sending Marlene trend videos because my stuff isn't all crisp and clean, but I would do a video in a heartbeat. You can't go live until you have, I believe, 1,000 followers.
Yeah, I don't have it. I think last time I looked, they probably have left because I haven't been on there. But last time I looked, I believe I had like 100.
100. So yeah, right now what's big on our people, it is encouraged a lot for like people following each other. So right now they do have
you're gonna have to school me, Dawn, about how to grow on there, how I can get my 1,000 and all that stuff, and how can I start streaming.
I still don't know how I got my 1,000 was because I had a viral video.
Oh, okay.
So I got 20 like 2,400 or something, and I had a viral video just randomly, and I was like, oh, I didn't know people, but it's more like, I guess it's kind of like here like a niche. At that time I was really big on like my weight loss journey, so a lot of people followed me from that video. And then I don't know if you remember Shanice, who used to be on here a lot. She sings. Her videos went pretty like weight loss was one of her things, and then from there she went into singing. So I feel like people really do like motivational. So I think that would be where you would shine, is you doing clips of motivational, like
that's what I have on.
And then having a
trendy
like song in the back, like not like song, but like a sound, and then also plug your YouTube and everything like that. Because even if you can't go live for a while, you can still gain followers. But my brother,
you gonna have to
hit 10K.
I need a coach.
He just hit 10K. Look, we coaching together. We're going to figure it out. I continue to send you stuff, but I've been watching a lot of the videos now because I'm trying to figure out how to get, I'm stuck at like a 300 bench, 400 views. And so I'm trying to figure out how to get, because before I was getting thousands of views on my stuff. And now I'm like, dang, I only get 300, and I have all these subscribers, like followers. Sometimes it's not a cost.
That's now you're making me curious to see what number I'm actually at.
Let's look. Let's go.
You probably could find me because I think I have the same handle. I think I made my TikTok Marlene Motivates. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look.
We both looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm at this funky 300 TikTok area. I'm trying to get back to where I can get some views. Okay, Marlene, you said it's Marlene Motivates?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have 182.
Okay.
Is this you?
Yeah, that's me.
You still have access to that channel? I mean, to that TikTok?
I don't even know. I may have to read.
Oh, girl, you got some views.
Do I?
Your video 1,063, 1,500, 1,600.
I just uploaded them and I stopped.
Her last video, y'all, was literally 2021. Well, I'm not following, so I know you have access to this unless we need to open up a new one. So let me know. Let me go follow Marlene on Instagram. So if y'all don't already follow Marlene, go ahead and follow her. Is this Instagram public or private?
This public.
Okay. So you said it's Marlene _motivates. When did it get hacked?
No, my Instagram got hacked.
You said
Mhm.
Marlene motivates. Oh no, Life of Marlene.
Yeah, no, Life with Marlene didn't get hacked. It was my Marlene Motivates one that got hacked. The underscore best life crew. Yeah, it got
Okay,
hacked.
I just followed it so I can.
So I'm
So I
gonna
need to
try.
delete the other one.
I can't promise I'm gonna be putting out TikToks every day, but I'm going to try to start to do like 2 to 3 a week.
That's a good amount.
Hmm.
So do I need to unfollow Marlene Motivates?
So, when you follow me, I'll follow you back.
Okay. Oh my lash. It's tripping. Hold on, I'm trying to fix my lash here. Y'all, I need to figure out my hair. I'm not liking it. Marlene, I had braids for like 2 months, girl. I thought I was so killing it in the streets. I had braids on her. Did you catch my last live on my birthday? Marlene must have got a call, y'all. Okay, Marlene has left the building. But yeah, I feel like that's where we at. I gave y'all a quick background and story. The live has kind of like went a little bit everywhere, but we can get on to the next part now. Ooh. A part of like taking back your power for me, which, like I said, I'm gonna re-say the quote because you know the quote is quoting. It says, "The moment you realize you are enough is the moment you reclaim your power." That's not what I said before. Oh, that was not the quote. That was not my original quote, was it? I don't think that was my original quote. I think so. I think that was a part of it, wasn't it? Oh, it was like the quote was, "Your purpose is not something you find; it is something you create moment by moment." Marlene is back.
I don't know, child. That Streamyard didn't like me. It kicked me out.
Yeah, I was talking. I said maybe she got another phone call.
Nope, it kicked me out. I got the boot.
I have booted someone before, and I told them because their background was so annoying.
Ooh.
And now they're like way much bigger than me now on YouTube. But they
Uh
are,
oh.
no shade. They were even to this day. I feel like they're not really good streamers, and it just annoyed me, like all of the noise and all of like it was just so like I felt like my energy was being drained, so I had kicked them out. So I don't know what happened.
See,
It was messing up my life. It was a whole bunch of us on there.
see, and I am the queen of what you call it?
Time for you to go.
Yeah, I'll just no, I'll just say, I've really been enjoying it, but my battery is low. Anytime you see that or you hear that, yeah, my battery's low. I'm gonna have to end it. But thanks so much for coming on. And then they say, okay, bye. And then when they leave, I keep streaming.
Well, you're so funny. I found the charge and won't the Lord do it.
Say, won't the Lord do it?
But no, that was the only time. I was actually on live with Bree that day. It was me, Bree. So it was like a good amount of us on there. And I remember being like, yeah, they about to get booted. And then I texted her, I was like, girl, I had to boot them because literally I couldn't take it. And she's like, girl, I would have did it too. But I did try to bring them back up because I'm like, okay, whatever happened with your audio and y'all ain't livening it up, but it wouldn't, like, once you kick somebody off at that particular time, it wouldn't let me bring them back. And I don't know if it was StreamYards or Streamlabs. Remember Streamlabs used to be popping back in the day.
Girl, I'm about to get back to Streamlabs because I just did a whole rant about StreamYard.
What's wrong with StreamYard? What they doing?
You need to watch that stream that I just. StreamYard is doing the most right now. I'm sorry, Dawn.
Do you pay for it?
No, it's I was paying for it, but then they said if I wanted to stream, I had to go to a higher level.
What?
Rude.
Oh, I don't see. That's gonna hurt my feelings. I just started back using StreamYards, and if it makes me have to leave, I like StreamYard for the most part. I'm already comfortable with it. Remember, you did like a whole. You had shown me how to use it. You did in Kiva. Because at first I'm like, I don't know how to use StreamYards. You could bring people up. I know how to share the screen. So that's going to be a big adjustment if they're going to have all these things up. Or like in order to utilize it, you have to pay for it. Which for me, StreamYard isn't that popping to pay for.
You're on free now?
Yeah, I'm on free.
Well, yeah, because when I tried to do a live stream on my other channel yesterday, they talk about if I want to stream, I got to pay $1.
Girl, no. This
I was so
free.
mad. I said, you ain't going to ever get $1 from me.
Maybe something was going on. Did you try it again?
No. I was like, I'm done.
Marlene was like,
I was like, what you mean?
Y'all about to pay my tab.
I said, that sounds like some scam stuff.
Do we have any plans for the summer? I have plans. I'm gonna let Marlene go first.
Plans. I got plans, Dawn.
Is yours long-winded?
No. That's all I got to say. You gonna find out. You're gonna find out. I got plans.
Well, since Marlene's also is giving you like limited information, I want to give limited information as well. So for the summertime, I plan on getting snatched, sun-kissed, sunbathed, living my life 110% for Dawn, enjoying the people that love and pour into me as I pour into them. I plan on traveling internationally, which as of the end of this month, you will catch me in the beautiful blue seas. It's all the information I'm going to give you. And then after that, I just plan on, really enjoying the summer. I have a goal. That part I can share. I have a goal for this summer to lose 50 pounds. I am probably 40% of that 50 pounds that I have goal. Like for that, I want to lose because that's how strong I plan on having this very much healthy lifestyle. I remember before I said I wanted to do a marathon. I never did it. I feel like I need to be consistent. So this summer is a summer of consistency. This summer is a summer of living life. This summer is a summer of not being stressed but blessed. This summer is a summer of Dawn.
I really like that. I like that. Summer of Dawn. Okay. Yes.
I say Summer of Dawn. So I hopefully every week I can get on here and then give an update, and I can come in Marlene Lives and give an update like, girl. Eventually I do plan on going back to dating because because Marlene wasn't in that live, girl. I have been through some stuff that I had not told nobody. And after my birthday and all the shenanigans that went down on my birthday, I'm just ready to have. I'm preparing myself for the person and the partner that the Lord truly has for me. He's going to choose it. I'm not going to choose it. I'm not going to be out here scrambling through Best Buy trash. Subtle shade at where the person works, allegedly. And I'm about to live my life, and I need to first get Dawn right before, people always say, why do I always get the wrong type of man? Why, I feel like it's you. As a person, as an individual, you give out the energy of what God or what the universe, whatever you believe in, is going to push back towards you. So if you're giving out low vibrational energy, you're going to give low vibrational in. And everything is not meant to be long lasting. So I mean, sometimes you get relationships and they have ran its course or it has a lesson and a blessing, but it should never be traumatic to the point to where you got to reset like Dawn. Because if it gets that bad, you was never supposed to be there. Okay? So that's where I'm at. I'm on like a Dawn about to get in her bag. Dawn about to be out here enjoying life. I'm growing my hair back out. Whitney,
you're growing your hair out again?
I am. I have this many inches.
Ma'am, we have a lot of catching up to do.
Girl, yes.
See, and you're going where I'm going the opposite. I'm trying to cut it all off now, honey.
Girl, I've been growing my hair out for, I would say, 2 years, but I always keep cutting it like a little bit. But now I'm fully going to embrace. I haven't worn my hair out in like 3 years. So no one would know, you know what I mean? So no one would know that I'm growing my hair because I just literally have not worn it since my hair has been short. So now I was saying that once I get back from the blue waters in August, I was thinking about dyeing my hair and like kind of wearing it out a couple of times, preferably something that's vibrant because I think I'm a vibrant human being. But Whitney, my family is doing well. Is well to be expected. They was doing some shenanigans. Dawn's over here. Dawn has properly learned to mind your business here, and mind the business that pays you. But now my family's they doing well. You know, everyone is in their right state of mind. Everyone is blessed. Everyone is elevating. One of my siblings just started a new job, making more money. I'm excited for them. So pray for my strength in the Lord that, you know, I can come on with some news and be like, y'all, the Lord didn't move me to 6 figures.
Yeah.
No, okay. 6 figures and multiple streams of income. Well, have you seen the kids do this, Marlene?
I have.
So I just recently learned that. I said, what y'all said? They said, clap that. I said, oh, clap that.
Yes, ma'am. I'm on what you call it, a wellness journey, not just financial. Where it's mainly geared to financial, but I have been praying for clarity on what I should do with money, how I can improve it, and how he can bring some more on my side. But it really, finances is linked with what you think you deserve. And if you don't feel you deserve things, you're not going to make certain moves and step out on faith like you need to. So that's what I've been working on recently, stepping out on faith and trying some things. And I got some stuff going on in the background that I'm working on. You know, what people don't know. Yeah, people don't know. I am a writer. A lot of people don't know that. I write. I'm a poet. Marlon has a lot of different talents that I don't showcase on YouTube, but like I said, but when I started college way back in the day, that's what I started off. My major was writing. I said I was going to be a writer. I was going to be a journalist, and I shelved all those plans because life happened. My dad got sick, and you know, when people leave your life, and I was like, you know how like you're doing things, but you're not doing what you actually want to do. So I was like, you know what? Life is too short. It took me losing my dad for me to come to that space of, why are you settling? Why are you just doing what everybody else is doing? Why not do what you actually want to do with your life? So that's what I've been doing recently, doing the things that I want to do, working on a whole, like shifting my whole brand. And I've shared it on my Life with Marlene channel, but I'm shifting my whole brand to be all under the Marlene umbrella. And that's why I have all my channels that has Marlene in it for that reason. Because when I have my website up, I'm going to have my section that's going to be motivation, my section that's going to be vlogs, a section that's going to be podcasts. I've done that for a reason. And the next venture under that Marlene umbrella is going to be my my coaching and what you call it, motivational speaking. That's what I'm getting into now. So because I'm trying in the next 3 years, I'm giving myself to 2028 so that I can be completely an entrepreneur and no longer an employee. Yeah. So that's what I'm working on right now.
That sounds like a literal rebrand, a literal taking back power. Marlene is putting the P to the periods. So she making moves, which I feel like that takes a lot of energy. I tried to rebrand once, and literally I feel like unless you get somebody to kind of assist with it, it takes a. People think it's so simple. Oh, just to rebrand yourself, especially
Nope.
when you have multiple platforms, or you're like that process for like the visual side, the consistency of content, linking everything together, having the website, all of that is a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the reasons why I said I have to have people that will do things for me, because I'm finding that if I have somebody that will do thumbnails for me, that will do editing for me, I can just focus on just making the content.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going about looking to find myself a social media manager that will actually edit my content, and all I have to do is just give them the the ability to edit and to put it on my channel. That's what I'm working on next, and I think that's what's really going to elevate my channel. If all you have to do is make your content, and I don't have to worry about making a thumbnail, doing titles, doing this, doing that, I really feel like I can really focus on just streaming and bringing the people over to my platform, and then making my social media manager do the rest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Having a solid team, which I'm being nosy. Okay, having a solid team is imperative when you are creating. So I feel like when you think of a business, you have a manager, you have an assistant. There's a multiple people that kind of assist in the like whatever your idea has, like having like that production. So I'm glad that you are utilizing the help that's out there, especially from other people that may have time. A lot of people they shine in the background. Like it's a lot of people on social media that they love the production of getting like doing live or doing like videos, but they're not the person that wants to be in front of the camera. So that it gives you more room to be creative. Is that me? What is that noise?
That's what I'm saying.
Is it me or is it Marlene? I'm turn Marlene back on. Let me turn me off.
Is it me?
I don't know why. I feel like it's like an echo when I come on yours. I don't know what's going on.
But I don't know, but I keep hearing like this. I don't know. This sounds. It's like the
static.
Yeah, static.
It goes in and out.
Yep, there it goes again. Mm-hmm. But anyhow, I just was coming on to support you for a little bit. I'm about to hop off, but I am interested. I do want to see your journey of your hair, and I have a different journey for my hair that I haven't really talked to you guys about. But yeah, I got some hair stuff that I'm going to be talking about on my vlog channel, which I think will be interesting, because I'm going to be talking about what a lot of women who are Black don't talk about, those hair conversations about having hair and feeling okay with how your hair is. And I'm going to be talking about that, from being natural to where I am now and where I'm deciding to go with my hair at the moment. It's a lot. And African American women, we get a lot of flack for our hair, how we choose to wear it. And I don't like it.
with that being said, whenever a woman wants to change her hair or deems it necessary so I can make a major change, there's gonna be some major things happening inside that woman's life. So I feel like with that happening with Marlene, well, just for Marlene, just know once you really make that major change, I feel like that's when things will start to align because that's when I feel like that's a black woman. We don't play about our hair. So when we make a change or something big happening with like the like foundation of our hair, stuff start moving how we need it to move. Like we serious. That's all I'm saying.
Yep, I agree, Don, because I think that our hair matches what's going on inside of us. So I'm gonna be talking about that little by little, video by video.
She turned off the mic. Well, yes, I can't wait. Thank you, Marlene, for coming up. I know she said she has to go. You're always welcome over here. Now that we're reconnected on Instagram, the proper Instagram channels, then I'll probably be more in tune or like informed when stuff is popping and locking over there. But I love a good hair journey. So me and Whitney, like we definitely can't wait for that.
Well, Whitney, you're really going to be enjoying this because I'm going to be on camera looking crazy, showing my natural hair and where I'm going to be going with it. Will I relax my hair? Will I cut it off? Where am I going with my hair? Tune in and find out.
Yes. This is Sarah. Okay, I'm trying to put this up. But yes, I'm excited. And I know Whitney had asked me too. Where is she at? I'm sorry, Whitney. I wasn't ignoring none of your comments. I am going to try to do more hair videos. I feel like, especially, I'm in the process of like getting braids, a lot of braids done for me. So when I go on a trip to the Blue Waters, I'm going to end up probably getting some braids. So maybe I'll do like the ladies that do the Africans that do my hair. I'll just like show that process of like me going to the shop and all of that. And y'all see my natural hair then. It's not that much. It's like very, very long. And Marlene, she says, I so love your inspirational post. She's talking about Marlene, which Marlene is super inspirational. Her content has always been very uplifting. And even when stuff has been going on in Marlene's life where it may not have been like super like positive for her, I feel like even with Marlene mini crash outs, which she has not had many, it's like one or two.
Yeah.
You still feel motivated. It's like, how you going off, Marlene? And somehow you make it still a motivational moment.
Yeah, I crash out motivationally.
She will crash out super motivational, super empowering. Like, we not gonna, that's the Marlene I like. I like a little drama. Where she ain't gonna say no names or nothing, but it's been some stuff where it's like, okay, that's, I like a little going off moment. That's the reality TV in me.
Yeah, I have crushed out, and I've thrown hints out there to show what's going on, and then everybody comes to their own conclusion.
Yes, sometimes the best revenge is knowing that and that person know, and God know, and God will always have your back. That's why I'm almost at that point in my life where when the situation had happened that I was talking about, Marlene, where I feel like for a nice little minute, I kept feeling like I wanted to have vindication, and I'm like, I need this to happen. People need to get dealt with accordingly. And it comes down to it where, do you sacrifice your peace of mind worrying about somebody who is not worried about you? And I said, my vindication is God having my back. And even if I don't know how God's going to rectify the situation, even if it's something I never see, I just have to know that, that me being well is going to be good enough for me. Like, sometimes when people do you wrong and you feel like, oh, how are they going to be dealt with? Like, have you ever been like a kid and you remember getting punished and it was like a group punishment, but then your punishment, your parent was talking to you and how you not getting these things, about to get a whooping, and then you like, well, what about them? How they getting dealt with? And they say, don't worry about how I'm gonna deal with Daviante. Daviante would get dealt with, and it's not your business how Daviante get dealt with. That's how I feel like it is with me and Guy. Like, he's like, you know what? You feel like this person needs to be dealt with. I'm going to deal with them accordingly. So that's how I'm treating it. Trinity's doing good, girl. My girl out here working hard, making that money.
You know what I feel about that, Dawn? Recently, a situation happened to me, and I was in that same space. Like, I was angry because I felt like they need to suffer. And my reply I got back from God is, how do you know they're not suffering?
Girl.
And I was like, oh. Oh.
As the kid says, clock that T. Hey, Bree, clock that. That was the realization to me. Definitely. And sometimes, what was I thinking about? Because, one of the prayers that I always pray, especially in hard times, and this period what had came over me was a severe depression and anxiety. And I said, God, I just want peace. I want internal peace, and I don't want to have hatred towards nobody, because that's the worst thing any individual can have, is hatred towards another human being, to the point to where it's eating away at your soul. And I feel like literally as I was praying, I started going back to therapy. I just restarted that. I started consistently doing my devotional. And that was the realization for me, literally, like where Marlene said, like, how do you know what's going on with them? Because I'm like, are they feeling what I'm feeling? And it may not be that same particular feeling, like they may not feel like their wits end, but I feel like God done bless mess. And when your mess has been blessed for so long, and you living it up and doing people wrong, I feel like God doesn't bless people long who do other people wrong with the true intention of doing them wrong. And sometimes I feel like you have to give grace, because sometimes people morally may not have that structured standard, and you can't put people under the same moral standards that you have to think that, oh, they would act this way, or they would feel this way if they do somebody wrong. Everybody don't have that, and I had to learn that very much the hard way over the course of three to 4 years. And Marlene says to me, Marlene, we definitely love that you came up here today. Don't forget to follow Marlene on her new social media platform, which is inside the comments here. Marlene, we love you, and I can't wait to be in the next stream with you. I'm excited for your hair journey, and I can't wait to see how God is about to start moving in your life. Hey, Bree, I don't know if I said it already, but hey, girl. But yes, that's what I've learned. She said, "Thanks for having me." Oh, that's my heart. I like doing the hearts. Y'all do not like my hair. Like, that's when my next time I get on stream, my hair gonna look 20 times better. We gonna look snazzash. This isn't okay style. This isn't like the Dawn style that we want to have on here. Bree in the heart. Bree always knows the hearts. But yeah, that's gonna be the style for the most part. Yes. But yes, that's all a part of the particular journey. Is like, as we move through life and navigating it, learning how to one of the biggest things that I feel like I've learned is perspective. And I don't know if anybody has watched what is that show with Nelly and Ashanti, like their We Belong Together show. They were departed for so many years, and it was meant for them to come back together to where they decide to get married, have a child, all of these things. And I feel like it's just perspective how we deal with situations and what we define as to be pivotal moments in our lives, and how we reclaim our time with a person or with a situation to where we make it, a powerful and beautiful moment. A lot of people like Ashanti and Nelly have been like not like the best and positive. Some of them feel like with her being like, she's like a younger mom, not a younger mom, an older mom, and he's a little bit older than her, and like how he navigates like the child. I feel like she wanted the kid. She knew that, his bandwidth as a man, he said that he was very vocal about where he wanted to stay and how involved he could be with having a new child. And I feel like those are really big conversations. So she can't say nothing if she knew, like, if you really want a kid, I can't be running around at 55 years old. with no kid or waking up like I'm tired, I'm moving, I'm sure like we can get a nanny and we can get like people to help us raise these children that you are wanting to have. And so I feel like, that part, they have the means to be able to have that. So I feel like there shouldn't be an issue with that. And also, Nelly is from St. Louis, so, I'm always riding my St. Louis means. even even if he was wrong, I would be like, I would say that. But I feel like for the most part, I enjoy watching the show. Did trigger me because something that happened in the show was something that happened like with the disloyalty that I had knew from the particular situation that happened. Like I was like, this is that men, like men are really disgusting. But I'm not saying Nelly's disgusting, but literally I feel like some men can be a little bit, giving us very much childish. That's why I say like in this situation, the Lord hasn't healed me yet. But I don't wish these people technically well, but I don't wish them hell. I wish them the same energy that they gave to me and the same amount of time that being wasted. I hope they get that wasted in return. It may not be the best thing to wish, but this is what it is. And I move it and I'm pushing it. I don't really have any thoughts, Whitney. I don't know why I haven't really followed it, only because it just seems like a lot of mess. And when I say mess, I mean like as far as Diddy is concerned and Cassie, I feel like the whole trial was truly a domestic dispute of how he abused power when it came to her. And then it turned into like this whole federal case, which I don't agree that it needed to be a federal case. As far as him and his abuse to her, I feel like that should have been the case, but I feel like they feel like that wouldn't be strong enough. That's why they put all this other stuff to be added onto it. Also believe when people live the lifestyles of having this not immortality, but immoral proper of like moving, that like I said, God don't bless a mess. And the way that they was moving and the stuff that they was doing was not good. Like, and a lot of people are saying, you shouldn't judge someone about how they choose to live their sexual lifestyles. I'm not judging, but I also feel like a lot of that stuff, like, when something is wrong. She knew when it was wrong, but also when the man can control you mentally and you have like the thought process that I'm going to be a part. Why is Robin texting me? Be with this man. I want them to love me, and this is how a part of how they love and validation. I feel like that's when you lose yourself, and I can really relate to Cassie. And part is like people say, well, why would she do this? It's like when you really think that you're loving someone, you would do stuff that may not be morally something that you would normally do with anybody else, or you act something you was taught to do. Occur like you think, okay, it's not hurting someone else. This is between me and the person, our partner, and someone that I have deemed I'm gonna live my life with. But also, it can be very draining. So, as I say, I pray for all individuals involved. I know, like, a lot of people feel like they wasted their time because, as far as I did hear it, like they decided in a very way to where basically he's coming back and he's probably gonna have a vengeance. But I feel like when your name is sully like that, I don't know what they expect for this man to do when he come back. I'm just like, what are y'all afraid of? I feel like he already know he's going to be watched. He's not. I would think he would not be that dumb to get out of jail and to act a fool. Well, thank you. She says you should do more lives because you have a great personality. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love live streaming. Only because I feel like for the longest, I've been live streaming since 2020. 2020, I've been live streaming. That's 5 years, off and on, to where I used to be live streaming in my car. I used to live stream with horrible lighting. I used to live stream where it was not like it was. I was just live streaming to live stream. So before these streamers was on here and thinking like, oh, we was out here live streaming back in the day, y'all. And I feel like it was on YouTube. YouTube algorithm was definitely different back in the day. And so I feel like now coming back to it, I do feel like I'm older and maybe live stream all the time is maybe not the realm for me, but I do enjoy it. And I do feel like I do have a personality that everyone, it's plenty of people who got numbers, but they don't know how to navigate or to construct a good live stream for the people. Which I was told, Chef told me on here, he was like, you should do live stream over videos. And I'm like, but you don't like my videos? He's like, your live streams are more entertaining. So like, what they call it in real life, like apparently in real life, I give off more personality than I do on my videos, which kind of hurt my feelings. But I mean, I can understand that. Yes, oh girl. Every time I think about it, Ty would be so proud. I feel like if my Ty was still here, because I remember doing a video for him and he commented on the video. So I was like, I was really excited about him coming back, but now I understand he did the video a long time ago and he posted it. But Ty was pretty much how I got into a lot of like the reality sector of YouTube, because I used to watch him and his partner at the time do reviews on Housewives, loving hip hop, because we didn't have cable, and that's how I would know what was going on. I always enjoyed his narration and his perspective on the shows. And then I would go into his live streams, but that's what it's certain people in his live streams. He would always be like, if he didn't like the production of it, if he felt like it was choppy, if the lighting wasn't good, and the live streams was popping, Ty would definitely be taking over the live stream. Where like I can see him definitely being 100K mark by now, talking about the stuff, because we, as a quote unquote church, was like cult followers and loved and supported him. I'm very much heart saddened that he didn't feel that love being translated into his personal life, and he had his own demons. But I really feel like he would have been dominating the sector at this time. Like it wouldn't be, like it would be all these other people, but he would definitely be like at the top of like those individuals. So, rest in peace to Ty. That's how I found you. That video was absolutely beautiful. Which one? Because I did too. I did a video when he was on this earth and he commented on it. And then I did a video of me talking about his passing. So when Ty, look y'all, when Ty had passed, Ty Couture, we're talking about Ty Couture, that's T-A-I Couture. He was a hairstylist. He was a son. He was a brother. He was a YouTuber. He was a content cultivator. He was, he pretty much was the first YouTuber out here, content creator, doing interviews with real reality stars in person. He created a lane for the web series to kind of have like a whole new like fan perspective. And at the time, he did have more followers in the Chasing Reality brand. I don't know, a lot of people not into Chasing Reality. I'm still into Chasing Reality. I just don't do videos on them. But Ty was that girl. Okay, Ty was that person, and I really feel like a lot of that. Even Ty didn't make me start doing YouTube. Like I kept watching his videos. I knew that I wanted to do YouTube videos. And in the midst of him, while he was sitting here, I was doing the videos. I would go into the lives and be like, you need to have mods. He really didn't understand the whole idea of having a mod and them having power on his channel. And even now, I know his mom talks about having one of the web reality stars take over his channel. I feel like it's just one of them things like, yeah, we don't want his channel to like disappear, but I feel like it's just best to leave it where you can just still look at his old stuff. And then maybe like people like me or people, which kind of low-key pisses me off, that it's so many people that have followed him and that was a part of our quote-unquote church, and that are now out here doing content creation and like doing the same stuff that he does and do not like give him no love. And to me, that pisses me off, because some of them, like I know them, like he would not approve of this type of like setup, like y'all just doing anything. No, you can't. And these were like Deaconess, like Robert, we had names up in there like Deaconess, like we had names and we were like truly like on it. So it just pisses me off. So whenever I do get a chance, I'm always gonna shout out Ty Couture, because he was that person. Oh, she says your video where he came back and you fanned out. I definitely fanned out, always and forever. Like, I don't know. Ty is the original. He's the original, and I'm an original member of the church, of the online church of Ty Couture. So definitely, I'm always find out on people that I really liked. I was excited to see he followed me. I was excited to see when Bila followed me. I was excited to see when Prissy P followed me. All these people, to me, I'm like, oh my gosh. But Ty Couture is the biggest one because it was somebody that I constantly watch. Somebody like I was in the streams with, someone that I was like, I felt a sense of how they moved. It gave me structure for me. So yes, my stuff right now that I have is not super nice, like as far as like the aesthetics of it, but I felt like he had a certain standard. And I feel like as a content creator here on YouTube, you should have a standard. And that's something that I always try. So meaning I won't go live here on YouTube and without having good lighting. It has to be something good. I would not go live on here if stuff is dirty, because we're on YouTube. And grant you, my house is not like this, beautiful. I don't own my home. I'm in an apartment, but it's mine, and what I have, I try to take care of it to the best of my ability. So I'm gonna clean up for y'all. I had a candle burning, but I guess the candle went out. I did have a candle. I will say that. Yes. So yeah, periodically, Whitney, I definitely go back and I definitely watch my old videos. What upsets me is when Ty went through his little moment, he deleted so much, or I don't know if he deleted them or made them unlisted because he didn't want that person to have, residuals from this stuff. So yeah. Yes, Ty had a standard for sure. So I feel like when it comes to YouTube for me, even though I'll put anything on TikTok, there is a certain standard of what I put on YouTube and then what I put on Instagram, because I feel like those particular platforms are a little bit different. I feel like TikTok is like, you just pushing out content as it goes. When it comes to YouTube and for Instagram, I feel like that's where people go to like catch up on you. And I think it lives differently on the internet. So even if I crash out on here, I want it to be a certain crash out where I can remember and where it's cute. So I tried. I really do, y'all. I really do try. The whole idea when I came on YouTube, I wanted to make a mark. I wanted to be able to. I always had opinions. I always felt like I always felt like the world just needed a little bit of Dawn in it. You know what I mean? And as a young lady who grew up with, I've always had anxiety. I always had social anxiety as a kid, but I always felt like, I had personality. And whenever someone would say I couldn't do something, it made me want to do it 10 times more. And I feel like in a certain way, I have done those things in a respectful way to where I have a presence. So I always feel like I want to have a legacy. So when I'm not here, how people gonna remember me? Can they go back and watch something? So I feel like that's what Ty left. Ty left that, and that's what I want to leave on here one day as well. I ain't gonna say them names up on here, baby. I'm gonna read what you said, Whitney, but I'm gonna leave them out. I agree, because that truly does too much, and I wish they didn't meet. Oh, girl, I just need to make a whole Ty live or video. Do a web video, because it was so much stuff that to me was like, Ty was definitely telling the truth about that individual, because as soon as he wasn't here no more, the person that he kept saying that you are doing disrespectful stuff with, that's who the person you had on your live, on your videos. You sitting up in the bed, y'all doing these raggedy videos, poor quality. And that's why I love Ty so much, because literally you're not gonna catch me. Grant you, my live right now is not like top tier, but I would get there. Hold on, I'm trying to look light so y'all can see. That's not doing anything different. I feel like for the most part, I won't get on here unless it looks a certain way. I'm not gonna get on here looking crusty. And he would get on his videos and be looking a mess. That's neither here nor there. I'm gonna just digress. She's gonna digress. But yes, we have had a beautiful live here today on Babes and Boundaries, as we will do every week, every Friday. We will try to go live. Low key, I can still be on live for a whole nother good 30 minutes, but I'm not gonna hold y'all. I do want this to be something that, you know, people can go back and watch in a respectful time. One of the things, I'm gonna just leave it off with the lessons learned and the blessings earned. The lessons learned that I have learned during this particular time. Yes. Oh, girl, you about to get me amped up in here, Whitney. Don't get me amped. The audacity, the caucasity, and then you want to be a life coach. You know what? We're not stopping loud. It's some more. It's some more. We're taking back Tide Couture power, because we're not gonna talk about Tide generally, but like when we deal with individuals who are out here who have immoral mindsets and people who deem like these lifestyles to where you can be disrespectful and just do it. Oh shoot, I messed up my live. Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? Whitney, tell me. I had a phone call. I'm trying to see if y'all can still hear me. Can you hear me though, Whitney? Confirm that for me before I start talking. Hold on. Yeah, she said yes, we can hear you. Okay, perfect. My bad. Hold on, I'm trying to get back. I had someone call me, and I probably could have answered them, but I'm already on live and I'm already going. Pause. Yes, we're back. So when it comes to people who try to rationalize improper behavior to make it rational for doing improper stuff, those are the people that you want to stay far away from. And the individuals that know that what they're doing is not necessarily the right thing, but would make you feel less than from calling them out, or you not wanting to be aligned with that type of lifestyle or behavior. I say be like Mean Girls. You can't sit with us. Respectfully, whatever your lifestyle. So I said with Diddy, it was all cool and dandy back in the day. I bet people was all over this man and you know, indulged in the behaviors that he did because it was cool and he could do it. So just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. And just because it's been there doesn't mean it's right. And I feel like it's like when you identify this is not where I want to be at, this is not the lifestyle that's going to bring an abundance of blessings into my life, then I feel like that's when you start living. So that's when they was like, oh, you know, for the longest, I bet you the individuals that were affected by the long run felt like, dang, you know, my life has been messed up by this individual. When are they going to get their justice, or how I was saying that how you want God like to fight your battles for you? That could have been God fighting the battles for all the people that felt like they was feeling vindicated by how they was done wrong. Do I think things were done wrong? I feel like for them it was right. The lifestyle that they was living was right. All of these things was right. But I feel like in reality, when things start affecting other people and you're still trying to okay poor and not like morally wrong behavior, then no, it's an no thing. So when people start getting involved and they're not enjoying it, they're not, you know, when something is going to be off. If you have to question and think about how to deal with it, there's a problem. And I ask God to remove anyone that morally doesn't align with me from my life completely. I ask God for grace for me, and for me to give grace to others that He thinks that I need to have grace for. And I feel like sometimes in situations when you get clarity, you can always forgive people, and I forgive everyone. I just don't have to deal with it no more. And that's what, period. Yeah, definitely. I do feel like from Corey to Mr. What is it? Something he used to say? I'm living your best life, but like, you know, Love and Light. I'm calling Mr. Love and Light. Mr. Love and Light, from his partner of 10 plus years to going to Mr. Love and Light, you can definitely see that it was definitely evident that Ty was going through a particular battle. And that the self-worth was something that he was battling for, and having that to be verified through the partners and love and how they did with relationships. And they did say prior to even being with Love and Light, Mr. Love and Light, after even dealing with Corey, they were having some issues, struggling because of the accident and other stuff that was going on within their life. So I feel like there was already an issue before, but then when you let people in your life who are vultures and who want to use you and who want to take your kindness for weakness, like it is something else. It is literally something else. For that year and a half that I was dealing with that guy, I had literally felt drained. I have felt like I wasn't good enough. I wasn't pretty enough. I didn't hit these marks. I wasn't doing things right. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? But you can't never please anyone who morally and within their life, if they're not benefiting from you to the full extent, they're never going to care. And so I just had to learn that. I had to learn a hard lesson that, you are a trash individual, and you also show trash individuals that I felt like was in my camp, because I feel like God's going to keep showing you, so, hey, you shouldn't be this person. Hey, you shouldn't be this friend. Hey, you shouldn't. And stuff like that kept happening to where I'm like, why is it feeling like I'm in a relationship with somebody and it's being drained? And it shouldn't be like that. If what we have should be solid and be full of like love and having lessons and everything. And it always felt like I was the one who was having to sacrifice in order for something to happen. So if I'm always sacrificing, what are you sacrificing for me? I don't know. And I agree, Marlene says you have to love yourself first. Not Marlene, Whitney. Thank you, Marlene. Why can you say Marlene? Thank you, Whitney. She says, you look really good. But yes, I feel like that's when the triggered for me. Literally before I went to therapy, that's when it triggered that, at the end of the day, I have to love me 100%. And even though I feel like I'm still in the process of reestablishing what that looks like, I also wanted to love what I see when I look in the mirror. And right now, the body that I see is not the body that I felt like I was really working on. And I'm about to change that. I feel like if something isn't working out for you, then if you keep sitting there with the poor behavior, if you keep looking and you like, I don't know when things are going to change, and you're not really making any real sacrifices and goals and putting stuff into to properly implementing those things in your life, then how are you are you really tired of being tired? And not until I was tired of being tired did I figure out that I needed to make some major changes for myself, make some major changes for my family, make some major career changes for my life. I was just kind of tired. Yeah, I heard that too. I honestly feel like nobody is perfect, but I do feel like, our beloved, I don't ever talk down on Todd, but I do feel like everything in that particular relationship just wasn't as simple as it being like you did this and you did that. I do feel like certain times he did disclose that he was very different, like it was a lot going on with him mentally. So I can see how if you are a partner and you're not feeling fulfilled and your person isn't like holding up the part. I don't condone and cheating. But I do feel like Corey was a way better fit than Miss Elizabeth. You know what I mean? Like that, he was almost, not to be rude, but it's like almost like a very demonic type of like presence. That yes, I enjoyed seeing them on live together, because not live on videos, because it was always a back and forth. But I felt like it was a certain different level of like respect and fight for it. I feel like Corey, even though like they would fight, Corey always had the persona of being like this sweet innocent, and Ty was like, he is not sweet, and he was innocent. What? Yes, I do remember that. I do remember Ty saying something to that effect. Yeah. I'm not gonna have Corey catch it straight because I don't like Mike. So, and it's just off of what I'm seeing. I'm still gonna pick Corey over Mike any day. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, I don't know what it is. It's just something about that mic that I just don't. It's just bad taste in my mouth. Who's this? I am hungry. My bill. Ooh, hello. But yes, I, I'm thirsty. It is 1:33. I may be going to see some fireworks today with the fam bam. We've been on here for a good minute. We've been on here for an hour and 29 minutes. I said a good hour and a half. Yeah, I did. I watched it. I actually got to download it to my phone. It's in my like my songs. I forgot. I mean, I was glad he did a lot of songs. He did promote a lot of this stuff on it. But yes, I'm about to get off of here. I said I was gonna try to do a live on TikTok. I may or may not. I am a little bit hungry. I had a protein shake this morning, and I'm still a little hungry. It's towards what was this morning, so I feel like this is lunchtime. So I'm about to go and try to prepare me a good little air fried meal because I haven't had a good air fried meal in about 20 days. About. Thank you. She said, had a wonderful time, Don, and we love you. Yes, yes, yes. I love y'all too. Just don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms, _Dawn. I have it on the screen for the other parts. Continue to keep me in y'all prayers as I go through this journey. I understand it's a marathon, not a race. And I know God is going to bless me as long as I stay steadfast on what I know I need to be doing. I am not perfect, neither is another person. You're not perfect. And we can only take it one moment at a time. Don't feel overwhelmed on the little things. You know God will bless you on the things that you need to be blessed with. Y'all stay unapologetically you and all that you do. Peace, love, and hair grease, everybody. Peace, love, and hair grease.